knowing yourself, at least for me, it's like, it's freedom. Freedom, having the freedom to express who you are, to be who you are. Everybody has their willpower. This all starts from you. If you cannot start the engine, it's not gonna work. Yeah. That's one right there. Two. Okay. Now I'll show you the other one. It's called back lever. Go straight, put it straight like this. Now, many people might be wondering, how am I even talking while I'm doing it? Like, you have that spotlight effect. When you have that spotlight effect, when you see that, when you think about it, that's when you feel like people are actually looking at you, but no one really cares about you. No one's actually looking at you. So as long as I don't put myself down, no one can do anything to me.
So welcome to Knowing Who You Are. Today we have the pleasure of talking to a very young entrepreneur who's also a personal trainer and a calisthenics coach. And he happens to be the head calisthenics coach for the gym where he's at the moment where we are having this conversation. So we would like to welcome Tausif with us.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you a really interesting move, and people love to see that a lot. It's called a handstand. I mean, this is what I say. I like doing this because I can see the world upside down. It's pretty fun. So let me just show you how it goes. This is the thing. It works mostly your shoulders and your triceps, and the rest of it is your balance. So it's not a pretty hard move, but it's really impressive. You know, people love to see it. Okay, so this is how you do it. You complete your body straight. And if you want to make it harder, you can just do a push-up. So I'm going to show you now. Yeah. That's one right there. Two. There are many different ways of doing it. Some people like walking on it. Like, this is how it goes. Believe me or not, it's more fun than walking on your legs. The next one is one of my second favorite ones. It's called muscle up. Now, in this, we get the complete upper body done. So it's the pull exercise and the push exercise completely done. So you go grab a pull-up bar, if you go in your place, and I mean, it's not as easy as it looks, but it kind of works. So there are many ways of doing it. I like to put it in between my exercises. It's a pretty good warm-up exercise if you go to a level higher. Another favorite one. Okay, so now I'm going to show you. This is how I raise my flag. Now it shows what I love doing. I like the way how it goes. I mean, I really have a plan to actually wear a T-shirt which shows my country flag and do it. So I'm going to turn it into a flag, like literally. Okay, let me show you how it goes. This. This was one of my first things that I actually learned. I used to watch on YouTube and stuff. I didn't even know what I was doing. The sport that I actually do is called calisthenics. It's not really famous, but I mean, I didn't even know that I was doing this until someone came and told me it was calisthenics. This was the funniest part. I mean, I was doing it since the age of 12, but I came to know that I was doing calisthenics at the age of 17 or 18. So it was pretty, I don't know, funny. But yeah, this is called a human flag. So this is what I like
almost
doing.
like you're defying gravity, right?
Yeah, defying gravity. That's how it goes. I mean, we have a group, so we this is what my friends say. They're like, we don't believe in gravity. Nah, we do it our way. So, okay, now this is called a front lever. Now, there are many kinds of levers. You can either do it the back way, front. So this one is called a front lever raise. Hold it straight up. It's a complete core exercise, and your back too. So you go up and down. It's a really, really hard exercise. it kind of beats my ass out when I do it. So, okay, now I'll show you the other one. It's called back lever. Go
Oh
straight,
God.
put it straight like this. Now, many people might be wondering, how am I even talking while I'm doing it? But
Oh.
years of practice, I guess. Flexibility, strength. People nowadays, they actually prefer doing bodyweight stuff. What I have noticed, at least in the market, they find this impressive. So they want their kids to learn it. They're like, they think that this is a much better way of fitness
So
than
what's the
any other
difference
form.
between the other forms of physical fitness or the exercises and calisthenics?
Well, some of my clients, they when they first started, this is a very, common question they ask me. They're like, um, which one will be which one will give me my dream body? Honestly, any sports can give you your dream body, like
Mm.
literally any, but it depends on the food. Now, if you're looking for a body transformation thing, then this is all I say: 70 to 80% is your food. Depends on your food. If your food is
Mm.
good, everything else is in place. So the workout is nothing. Workout, you just do it, you can progress. But if you're not able to progress fast, blame it to your food, because your food is not good. You don't have enough strength. You don't have enough strength. You can't work out. You can't progress. Simple as that. So in this workout, this is the thing. In bodybuilding, what they do is they lift weights and stuff, but they don't focus more on flexibility. In
Mm.
our sport, I like combining bodybuilding and calisthenics. If I only do calisthenics, I get bored of it. Like my
Mm.
friends do it. They prefer it that way, but I like to combine different sports,
Okay.
different kinds of sports. So I combine all of them. Like if I do a pull up, I don't do it with my body weight because my body is used to it. So I need to shock my body. So I put like a 40, 50 kilo and then add 40, 50 belts and then do the pull ups. So to be honest, I have been working out since the age of 12, but I haven't seen much progress until I was 17. Until I was 17. Like I used to be like, okay, let's try to maybe increase my food. This is what I ended up gaining a lot of fat. If I decrease my food, I end up losing a lot of weight. So I didn't know what the thing was. I didn't have anyone to even teach me because I was
Mm.
not in contact with any trainers or anyone. My company was not about training around. No, my complete company was different.
Okay.
So at the age of 17, I started looking into it more. I wanted to see how things run. So I did put my mind into it. So I started searching in Google and stuff. uh, I did not understand 100%, but over time, a little information every now and then, like the puzzle. When I put the puzzle all in a place, I got a picture by the age of 19. So you could say from 2017, my
Hmm.
transformation actually started because I started learning more about the diet.
So you
So
have
this
been
was,
completely self-taught?
yes. If I think if the thing is that I knew about, everybody nowadays knows about push-ups and pull-ups and stuff, but the thing is there is a right technique,
Mm.
and I did injure myself a lot of times. I
Okay.
had completely, I fell on my face, had to fix it up completely. I had a lot of injuries. I have a lot of injuries in my body. So in my case, I mean, I did not have someone to teach me, like, one on one, or
Mm.
maybe I didn't have enough money to actually go ahead and hire a trainer.
Yeah.
So in my case, yeah, I mean, I think that it was easier for me to learn is because I had interest in it to learn.
Mm.
So no matter how many times I felt, I got up and did the stuff. So yeah, by the proper training that I actually, started focusing and doing all my stuff, putting everything right in place was from the age of 17. So
Okay.
within 2 years was my 2 to 3 years was my transformation.
So
And
you are 21 now. So it's been
yeah,
4 years since then. Do you think that someone has to start at a younger age to get that flexibility? Definitely, it probably makes sense. But can anyone start doing it probably at the age of 30 or 40 and still can achieve that level?
yes, definitely. I have a lot of clients who are at the age of 45 to 50, and
Mm.
they are doing things that they haven't done in their entire life. They're telling me, they're like, I have never done push-ups, I have never done pull-ups, but how am I able to do this at the age of 45, 40 to 45 to 50? How is that possible? So it's not about, it's like they say that the older you get, less testosterone you have in your body. But this is the thing. This is what I believe in. This is like, if you really have the will, you'll get it. Like the owner of KFC,
Mm.
he literally became successful at the age of 60. So that's what I believe in. If you really want to do it, doesn't matter what age, you can do it. Because you can't just tell just because he did it, you can do it. But as I said, the willpower is the most important thing. So this is what I say to my young clients, the elder ones, whoever it is. I don't look at them like an elder and younger. No, everybody has their willpower. This all starts with me. If you cannot start the engine, it's not going to work.
And Tausif, what's the full name? If I
Tausif Mohammad Iqtidar Ahsan.
Wow, that's a long name. That's why I left it for you. So, and Tausif, you are in Kuwait.
Yes.
Were you born there, or you been there at a very young age?
I was born in Bangladesh, but
Hmm.
right after, I guess, 2 years or 3 years, I'm not sure exactly, two or
Yeah,
3 years, I came to Kuwait. And yeah, ever since, grew up
ever
in
since
Kuwait.
you're there. So,
Yeah.
and you are a Bangladeshi as well.
Yes, I'm from
Okay.
Bangladesh.
Yeah, very proud of you. Tausif, at the age of 21, he's totally self-made. Whatever you'd see today, and all the skill set, and up to this point, he's a head calisthenics coach, as we had already mentioned, for this gym. Everything he had done, not through any formal training, he had just achieved, despite all the odds. But we'll learn about his journey, how he had started. So, what was your journey like? Were you always interested in this fitness regime and you wanted to be a personal trainer? This is how it started, or you were doing something else when you were growing up?
Um, to be honest, no, I did not even know there was something called personal trainer. I didn't even know that there was an industry that actually appreciated this sport. So um, I actually I was an artist. I used to draw, so I used to sketch portraits and stuff.
Ah,
Um, and I don't know, I used to do it a lot, especially in my history classes. My mom used to tell me like, okay, you're drawing stuff and fine and everything, but try to do something different. I don't know, something different. And
like what?
I don't know, I don't know something. She's like, get good at mathematics. So this is something that my mom used to always say.
Yeah.
You'll be good at the world. So I was like, okay, let me see how it goes. And then, I mean, I started working out at the age of 12, pretty
But
much at
have you
12.
given up? Do you draw anymore? Do you paint
Yeah,
or draw?
I
You
do,
still do.
I do, I do.
Great.
Yes, in my free times. So I do, like, the thing is, I am actually putting all my skills in my business. So that's what I'm trying to do. Everything that I have, I try to put in my business. So
That's why they say creativity is a very important skill, and because it helps you join different abstract ideas and you can come up with novel solutions. So you're an
yes,
entrepreneur now, you're opening your own gym probably in a month's time now. And
yes,
as you're saying, we already have seen it's an amazing gym, but your gym, according to you, is going to be even better than this. So the vision, the dream that you have, so that's because of this creative mind you have, and also you can face all the situations, all the struggles that comes your way. So from that point onwards, you came to know about fitness.
um, honestly, as I said, I started at the age of 12, but I did not have a proper pathway. I didn't know where should I start. I didn't know what should I do.
Hmm.
So I did injure myself a lot of times, but thankfully it was not so severe injuries. So it was like minor injuries here and there. Um, but I tried to find out ways. Every person that I came across, the coaches that I came across,
Hmm.
maybe by the age of 16 or 17, they used to just give me a weird answer. They never used to give me a proper way for some reason. Every coach I asked, it's always a complicated answer. So I
Was it at
wanted,
school, or where would you ask them?
uh, honestly, I asked my PE teacher. So my
Okay.
PE teacher, he wasn't interested in anyone, anyways. So
Okay.
he he just didn't like it, me asking these kind
That's
of
sad
questions.
coming from a student for a teacher. So definitely there is some kind of failure. It's a lesson for teacher. It's not only about teaching, it's about to ignite that interest in you. If it's a
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So because if I do something, I will definitely want to teach someone who was willing to learn
Yeah.
So I didn't find that in my PE teacher. So I used to do a lot of sports. I used to play football, basketball, cricket especially. So I got selected in my school football team twice, but my mom, she was like, you're focusing too much on your sports. You're not focusing on your studies so much. Um, do any one of it. I'm
Mm.
like, okay, then let me just do the sport. I wanna, because the thing is about me, it's like if I focus on something, it's like I can only focus on one thing. I cannot focus on a lot of things because
Mm.
this is what I believe. If I focus on 5 to 6 things, it's a dispersed focus. I wanna finish off one and then go to the next one.
That's
So
what it's been said as well. I mean, you can do it, to be honest. If you want, you can do multiple things at
I
the same time.
yes,
But problem is you can't get into the flow state where you can be single-mindedly
mhm,
investing your time to one thing. So you said your transformation started happening from the age of 17. You're 21 now, but you
yes,
still say that within 2 years, 17 to 2019, um, that's the time that everything
yes.
changed for you. So it is because of the focus. Yeah.
So I got selected in the football team, and my mom's like, I went to 2 3 practices of the football team, and then my mom stopped me from going. She's like, no, you can't go, you can't go. So when I didn't go for like 4 to 5 sessions, they kicked me out of the team. The
Uh,
second time I got selected again, same thing happened. Then I got selected in shot put. So it's like a 5 kg ball, you just throw the ball. So it was like different sports I used to get selected, but my mom was like, no, 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 no. Exams will be coming up. It's okay, leave it. Finally, I got permission from my mom. My mom was like, okay, now if you want to go ahead and do it. Let's see what you can do about it. And I got selected for basketball. Yes, I believe basketball. It was at the age of 15, I believe.
mhm.
Yeah, 15. It was 15, 14 and 15, in between 14 and 15. I got selected for basketball, and this was like between the national schools in Kuwait. So when I got selected, we had like 4 or 5 sessions. I attended all of it, and I was really confident that I'd be like, yes, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. I was really happy. This is what happened. The PE teachers, one of his, I don't know, family members, something. This kid came up. So just because of this kid, he just removed me. He, that's it. He just
Okay.
removed me. He didn't have any reason to remove me, but he just removed me. He's like, you're not good enough.
And you definitely are an exception, and I'm sure your parents would be proud of you very soon, and they would see the beauty in the resilience you had and the determination where you're now.
Once this time when I go out, I was like completely depressed. I was like, why am I like this? I started blaming myself for no reason.
Mm.
So it was more like I didn't have the motivation. I was like completely down. Like for a whole year, I did not even do one push-up. So I was a guy who used to do a lot of push-ups. So I didn't even do a push-up. I was completely down for a whole year. I was like, I'm done with life. I'm done. I think this is not
Wow.
for me. Nothing is for me.
Well,
So
what year was that? How old were you at that time?
I think I was 15. Yeah,
Okay.
15. In between
Okay.
15 and 16. So it was between
Okay.
2015 and 2016.
Hmm.
So I was pretty much done with that. So after at 2016, I got into I started doing the push-ups and stuff. I started making out my own small programs, so-called programs. I used to try to, play around with it. So I put my effort in it. I tried different things. It was really stupid the way I used to do it. Sometimes I
Hmm.
used to wake up in the morning 5 a.m. and go out of the house. My mom's like, "Are you crazy? Are you like okay? Are you going nuts? It's 5 a.m. Where you going? It's the sun is not even up. Come on." So I'm just going to the garden. Let me just.
Hmm.
I just want to check it out. How is it? So wake up in the morning. Sometimes work out. Come back tired again. At night, once at night, my like I don't know. I woke up at like 1 a.m. I guess. I woke up and I was just doing push-ups out of nowhere. I just woke up from sleep.
Oh.
I was, that was really funny. I mean, I didn't even realize that it's night. I just wanted to do. I just woke up and I was like, you know what? I choose violence. Let's go. I started doing the push-up. So my dad was going to the toilet and then he sees me. He's like, "Oh my god, you're nuts. You're nuts. You just woke up and started doing push-ups." Then he then the next morning, he wakes up and tells my mom, he's like, "This kid is going crazy. There's something. We need to take him to the hospital. This guy, he just woke up at night and then starts doing push-ups out of nowhere. So
So
I'm
this
like, no, I just
transformation from the point at the age of 15 when you feel like you won't do a single push-up to that point, was there a moment, like a light bulb moment that woke you up and
uh,
it was like an
actually
inspiration for you?
actually my aunt, she was the only person I was actually looking up to.
Mm,
She was a doctor over here. So she used to tell me her things. That she was the only one who used to actually not look down at me. So right now she's in the US.
okay.
So that was the year she actually left. And every time my mom used to tell that my son is not doing good and not doing good, she used to tell me, she used to tell my mom, like, everything's gonna be cool. I know he's gonna make it out. I know there's something that he's trying to find. And some
Amazing. I
stuff.
mean, I love that. That's very important. There's something he will find. So it's about the purpose, to find that purpose and the meaning in life that you're looking for.
Yes.
People need to
Uh,
have that time and have the freedom to explore. Beautiful. Yeah.
explore. That's I believe that's the only thing, only time that is actually needed to find yourself. If you can somehow find yourself, you're done. No one can stop you. At that time, uh, I used to just try around. I don't know. I stopped contact with everyone. I started. I was like, I completely deleted my social media, everything. Completely got out of everyone. My mom used to be like, "Are you not talking to your friends or something?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just
Mm.
I just want to do it on my own. I want to see how it goes." So my aunt, she left a bookshelf. So and then there was a lot of books. So there was only one book which I really like, and I still love it. It's called The Secret by Rhonda
Mm.
Byrne. So this was the book. I don't know. She just left it. She was like, you can make use of the books, maybe something like that. But out of all of those, I don't know, 50, 60 books, that was the only book that was really special to me. And I read it on and on. I read it like 2, 3 times. I couldn't understand anything, like nothing. I was like, okay, I don't even know what I'm reading. But every time I read it, there's a different meaning. Every time I read it, I explore something new. There's
Mm.
something new. So it's just one book I'm talking about, only one book. It's not that I read a lot of
Up
books.
to
I'm not
this day,
a
what stands out in that book? What was the core message that you have taken out that pushed you through and you still keep on going back to that book?
finding yourself. Finding yourself.
Mm.
This is the most important thing I believe about anything you do in life. If you once you find yourself, you respect yourself, you love yourself, you know your worth. The more you know about yourself, the less you let people tell anything to you or
You're
look
already
down at
answering
you.
my questions. I normally ask the guests, what do you think about or what do you understand by the term knowing who you are? That's the name of the podcast. So you already answered that question. But for you, what's the process of how do you know yourself? It's not just about looking yourself in the mirror or,
No,
what other people tell you that you look good or this is
no.
what you
The,
should be or you are successful. What's your idea of that?
um, knowing yourself, at least for me, it's like it's freedom. Freedom, having the freedom to express who you are, to
Mm,
be who you are, regardless of what, I don't know, people are looking or whatever. You know, my friend had this thing. He used to, every time we used to go to a restaurant, he used to tell me, uh, Tausif, I think these guys, why are they looking at me? Why are these people looking at me? I'm like,
mm.
you have that spotlight effect. When you have that spotlight effect, when you see that, when you think about it, that's when you feel like people are actually looking at you, but no one really cares about you. No one's actually looking at you, but you
Beautiful,
just think
beautiful.
about it. So you just have it in your head. So
Mm.
if you can get rid of that, you're good to go.
The seeds of that negative voice in your mind has been planted or at least attempted to be planted that don't do it, this is not for you, that's not going to be good. So how did you avoid that spotlight effect for yourself?
Um, honestly, it started from school. Started from school. I used
Mm,
to whenever I used to get bullied back in school. So whenever I used to get bullied, this is what I used to do. I used to blame myself for no reason, like
mm,
for no reason. I used to always thought maybe if I would be like that kid, I wouldn't get bullied. Maybe if I would be like that cool kid, I wouldn't get bullied. But it was not about being that cool kid. It's about
mm-hmm.
me putting myself down for someone else. So as long as I don't put myself down, no one can do anything to me.
Mm.
It's more like that. So
And did
this
it
is what I
work?
used to try. Yes, it did. It does. I live in a country where it's hardly like people, at least the people, majority of them, they think, the nationality that I am from, they have a, they're poor, they're I don't know, cleaner. They put their, in their heads. So
Mm.
it's like a thing that runs around.
It's
So
like a particular class in the society, and this is the kind of
yes,
jobs they do. Okay.
exactly. But in my case, I haven't faced it at all. People get shocked when they meet me. They're like,
Mhm.
I can't believe you're from Bangladesh. I'm like, why can't you believe I'm from Bangladesh?
Exactly.
Why is that so? He's like, bro, I'm not trying to be racist. I'm like, no, you're not. I know you're not trying to be racist. It's just your roots knocking you right now.
Mm.
So you gotta let that down. You gotta stop thinking that way. You gotta be like, okay, you're from
Just
Bangladesh.
take me as a
Cool.
human being.
Actually, to be honest, I don't really care about what nationality you're from, and I hardly ask you where you're from because I really don't care.
I
If
still,
I
it
really
doesn't
did,
register with me as well when people say, okay, that's Hindu, that's Muslim, this is that, or
no.
someone is that color, someone is brown, someone is white. I try to understand, okay, where it comes from and how should I have to think to feel that? I still don't get it.
This is something that it kind of relates to my work as well. When my clients ask me, they're like, Toso, if I eat fruits before sleeping,
Mm,
is it harmful for my body? I'm like, no, he's telling me, he's like, if I eat apples in dinner, so is it gonna be harmful for me? I'm like, tell me one thing. We made the thing called dinner, breakfast, lunch. Our body does not know anything about it. So the same thing goes to the race, the
mm,
classes. We made those stuff. Nobody knows about it. What
mm.
if there was nothing called a class?
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm living in my world where there's nothing called class. So it doesn't affect me, no matter whom I'm talking to, who I'm working with, or who I'm walking with. I don't know. It doesn't affect me at all. I mean, it doesn't give me any stress. The person who actually thinks about it gets a lot of stress. You can see how hard his life is. So I feel sorry for that person. So this is what I tell everyone. I'm like, why don't you believe I'm from Bangladesh? Why is that so? Why does it
Mhm.
always have to be that way? So in my case, no one, everybody's shocked. I mean, here, to be honest, I hardly see people from Bangladesh being a coach.
Mm.
And because most of them are from the Ukraine or from the EU, from the UK, America, from those places. And they're like, you look like a Kuwaiti. I'm like, how does a Kuwaiti look? Tell me that. How does a Kuwaiti look?
No, it's down to the mindset as well, probably from the Asian families, that you don't see that many people going into that route of that career route. Because for
Yes.
them, as you said, the career should be you're an accountant, doctor, engineer, or lawyer. But
The
for
least they expect is an accountant, which is I don't know what was the thing that they're expecting, but they're like, at least be an accountant.
at
What do you mean by
least.
at least be an accountant? So that kind of triggers me. So I'm like, you gotta calm down.
So
You gotta
it's
think
about
before you
the
talk.
external pressure. So you're not respecting what you want to be. You're trying to respect the wishes of the strangers around you
Around you.
who
That's the
decide
thing.
for yourself, okay, is he at least an accountant? Is he at least a lawyer or a doctor? Because they think that way. So you end up not living your life the way you want it. And it's
Yes.
been found in a research as well that one of the regrets people have is that they have unfulfilled wishes in their lives and things they wanted to do in their deathbed. They always, at a certain age, when you ask them, so what are your regrets? They said, I couldn't do what I wanted to do, you know?
Exactly.
And most people don't have that courage because of the insecurities, what other people will think of me. And first of all, unfortunately, sometimes it happens with parents as well because they project their prestige in the society, their class, and also their achievement is based on what their children have achieved. So that's an unfortunate thing.
Uh, this is really sad, but I think this is something that I realized. I'm like, when I try to be a part of the herd, uh, people appreciate it a lot. When you try to be something different, they're like, oh my God, he's doing something different. He
Mm-hmm.
looks funny. He's
Okay.
just doing something different. They feel insecure because they are stuck in the herd.
It's almost like you are a stranger to them. So say for example,
Yes.
when you go out on the road, normally most people, I mean, even from our childhood, we've been told, okay, don't talk to a stranger. So it's like a mindset, it's already there. So when you're outside and they're like, okay, this person seems a bit irregular, he's not natural and he's not one of us. So that's the insecurity. So there are a lot of mindsets. That's books been written about this too. Many of the papers that's been written, many research has been done based on a small sample. They're probably not taking samples from all different walks of life. It's probably just, say, 50 people. They probably look
Hmm.
the same. They have the same background. So then you're getting the result. And that's why it won't end up working on everyone. And that's what happened
Yeah.
as well. So there's a very famous book about this I would like to mention in this connection, Rebel Ideas by Matthew Syed. So he talks about this thinking, this echo chamber, and this filtration we have. So you're talking about those people, when they see you, they're like, okay, um, he doesn't belong here. His voice doesn't come to my echo chamber. It's already blocked because I don't know him and I don't want to know him. So that's one of the problems. So how did you, all these adversities, this is totally negative. So it's definitely you had been stressed at some point from a very young age. Did you have a support system where you could get the support from people in your family? You definitely mentioned your aunt, who had been a big support to you and always kind of, at least there was one ray of hope. Someone was saying that what
Yes.
you're doing is not completely wrong. You're just trying to find it. So, how hard was it when you couldn't see that there's no one around you?
Honestly, this is what how my parents told me about the outer world. So this is how they told me outside the box. So if you step outside the box, this could happen to you. If you step out of the box, this could happen to you. You always stay inside the safe zone. And I used to listen to Arnold. He's a very famous bodybuilder, and he used to say, he's like, we always have plan Bs, and when we have a plan B, this is what humans do. We focus on the plan B so much, we focus on landing so much that we forget the plan A. So
Mm,
you end up being in the plan B.
mm-hmm,
So this is how my parents used to tell me. They used to be like, okay, you can, okay, let's say you work out. You work out, it's fine, but
mm,
take a degree. It's fine. It doesn't hurt you. Take a degree, become an accountant. At a part-time, you work as a coach, no problem. I'm like, why would I part-time work at a coach as a coach when I can work full-time as a coach and maybe be a part-time accountant as you wish?
yeah.
So I mean, let's be
Mm-hmm,
equal. So so at that point, my parents would be like, no, no, that's not how it works. It has to be the other way around. I'm like, no, why does it affect you that way?
mm.
Like, no, because we can tell that you're an accountant. In that case, we will be telling you're a coach.
If you can invest your time properly towards your passion and anything you get good at, success will follow. I mean, it's a process that you
Yeah.
have to stay. You can't just straight away at the age of 17, you couldn't think, okay, I'll become a head calisthenics coach at that gym. You didn't even know probably about this gym at that point.
I
But
didn't know anything.
that's the thing. You just kept on doing every day. Just show up and do it. These struggles, the stresses that you faced, how would you cope just as a young boy?
To be very honest, there there were many people I asked,
Mm,
how do I become the one who am right now? So I was
mm-hmm,
literally, it was more like me asking someone else how to be myself. So no one is gonna give you that answer. I mean, no one can. No one can. Even if I ask you, you're not gonna.
no.
You're just gonna be clueless. You're gonna, because it was more like I was asking someone, okay, if I want to be a coach, what am I supposed to do? So they
Mm,
used to give their opinion, so their own experience. So this is the thing. It's like everybody. This is what I say. You have to find yourself because everybody has their own way of building up something. In my case, it was me throwing the garbage for 1 hour. My mom used to tell me, go throw the garbage, and I threw the garbage, and I used to run to the garden and work out, and that's how I started my journey. So it could be different for someone else. Someone
mm,
else could be just like, he might have just taken some certifications and got a job already. But in my case, I didn't have the money to go to take the certification. Even if I had, my mom wouldn't, you know, help me out in that. So
mm,
I didn't have the stuff. So I had to do it my own way. So believe me or not, I became a coach before even I got my certification. So I built my portfolio before I even got my certification. So right now I have certification. Like recently I got my certification, but I have been running my business since 2018.
At the time, you didn't
So
have any certificate.
I didn't have any. The thing, this is the thing, even the gym that hired me, they look for really high certifications. But in my case, they didn't even ask me till now. I've been working like 4 months. They didn't ask me because they see the skills.
Hmm.
Even if people say, this is what Elon Musk says. He's like, I really don't care about if my employees have some kind of degree or not. I want the
Hmm.
work done. That's
Yeah,
all I want.
that's the thing.
So in the end of the day, as long as I'm able to give the same service or better than the coaches who have certifications, why do I
Sometimes
even need
that's
one?
that's the wrong idea. Same thing in Bangladesh. It's still there. It was there. People come up with degrees from colleges or universities. Then they say, "Oh, I cannot get a job." It's not about your degree. Can you prove yourself?
Exactly.
Can you
Exactly.
write a letter properly without any mistakes? Can you
Yeah.
present yourself? Can you do a proper presentation? So those skills, unless you have it, degree is just a paper.
People always use this word called luck. This is a very famous word. This is a very negative word. I take it as a negative word.
Mm.
I don't take it a positive at all. Um, when I started my business back on the street, so basically in my garden, I had this friend that I grew up with in the same building. He was from Pakistan, and I used to tell him, I used to be like, bro, I got some clients. I got like 2 clients, and I'm getting a little money. So it was to be very less money, but it's a start. I got something. And I used to always, as I said, I used to write down in my book, how am I going to talk to my clients? Like, hey, client. And then I'm like, hi. So it should be a
Okay.
funny way of doing it. So,
Wow.
uh, so I mean, it was really funny. I mean, my mom once, she took my book. She's like, what is that notebook that you're always with? So I don't know. My brother saw it. They're like, oh
How
my
old were
God, this
you
guy's right.
then? What?
I was 17. I was just 17. I was turning
Okay.
18 that time. So I just got my first clients, and they saw the book. They're like, "Come on, take some real books and study instead of doing this. I don't know,
Mm.
writing down what hi and hello." Believe me or not, now I know how to sell. So those conversations that I had with myself and my imaginary clients, that's allowing me to sell. I
But
know how to
did you
talk.
learn the art? Were you watching some videos where people were saying, okay, this is how you need to talk to your client?
Nope,
Okay.
nope. Believe this is what I mentioned before. No matter how many YouTube videos or how many coaches you go to, if you really don't have that thing, the way you want to mold your pot, it's not going to work out. As simple as that. So, as I said, there are many clients who come to me. They're like, okay, coach, I want to get a body like you within a month. I'm going
Mm.
to go on vacation. Now, these are rich people out here in Kuwait. They're expecting money to work. I'm like, I'm
Okay.
sorry, you come to the wrong place.
Yeah.
Because in reality, it's not going to be that way. It's
Yeah.
not going to be, no matter what you do, no matter
Hmm.
how many shortcuts you take, it's not going to work that way. So I used to have a habit that I used to talk to the wall. So
Mm.
wall is my best friend, and still it is. So my mom always, like 2 times she caught me talking to the wall. My mom is like, this guy's crazy. This guy's crack. I don't even know what to say. So I just laugh at it like, I don't know. I'm just talking. I say I'm just nothing. This is what my parents used to say. My mom used to say, like, my dad was a businessman. I have the business in my blood. No one is born with nothing. This is what I believe in, at least.
Mm.
I don't know how people believe in, but no one is born with nothing. You try out different things, you get interested in it, and you get better at it. That's how it goes. Because if you were born with something, you would have been doing it since you're born. You
No,
get what
that's
I mean?
true.
It's just interest.
A famous
That's it.
psychologist, Abraham Maslow, he said that at the age of 6 to 8 months, you have something called impulse voices. So, say for example, just look
Yes.
at any kid, they would just touch anything they want, do whatever they want. You don't have to tell them because they don't know. But by the age of 16, that was your age kind of, your teachers, your friends, or people who are bullying you, or could be parents, elder brothers, sisters, or the society, they're telling you, don't do this. This is not for you. You should do this, should. And you ought to
Should.
be that. You need to be this, you need to be that. And that's not a good profession for you. So that's the problem, that people get confused and they lose that voice you grew up with. When at the age of 6 to 8 months you had that, you totally lose that and you become someone else. Some people get lost, but we are very happy to see that you haven't. You forged your own path and you're still walking. And I definitely am sure that you'll go a long way. And as your aunt predicted, that he's just trying to find it. And yeah, we keep on finding along the way. We do some mistakes, there are some failures. Then we rediscover some of the things that probably, okay, how I should do that. So, what we call this, what you have in you, is grit. So I'd like to know about that story, how you'd make your videos.
They say that when you're dreaming, you don't really feel anything else, what's going on around. So I used to be like, okay, she asked me to do this, I'll be doing this. Okay, that's it. I'll be doing it, that's it, done. But I'm still dreaming. I'm still,
Mm-hmm.
thinking, how am I gonna get this done? No matter what tasks I'm finishing, what kind of. So I was cleaning my house, and every day at like 4:30, I believe 4:30 or 5. No, it was 5. It was 5. So right before sunset. So at 5, because at that time people actually come to the garden
Okay.
to for walks and stuff, and
Uh-huh.
it's a pretty sunny. It's a desert that we live in, so it's pretty hot. So at 5 it gets a little cool, so people come there. So I'm like, okay, I mean, I'll clean the house and everything. I'm gonna just go and drop the garbage. And I used to go down under my building, throw the garbage, and come back home. I just stand there for like 5-10 minutes every day. It increased like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. It became like 30 minutes one day. My mom was like, "So you need 30 minutes to throw the garbage, huh?" I'm like, I'm just standing there. I'm just looking at the cars. That's it. And she's like, "Okay." She left me. Okay, fine. I come back. Now one day I'm like, "Mom, I'll just go to the garden just for like maybe half an hour. I just want to do some dips and stuff. I just want to try it out." By the way, the garden is just like across my house. So
but what were you
the
doing there actually in the garden? Spending the time, people were there as well. You were working
yeah, I
out or
was
showing off?
no working out,
Okay.
literally working out. I was trying to find like this was my main goal. I was like, I'm gonna start some filming. I wanna do something.
Mm.
I wanna show people that I can do stuff on my because I wanna build a portfolio. How
Mm.
will I build a portfolio? So I took my mom's spare phone. Now this was an iPhone 5S. I remember it
Mhm.
properly. So it was a golden color phone. That's my first
Yeah.
friend actually who helped me out. So
Yeah.
it was a locked phone. Now in an iPhone, you can just swipe like this and open up the camera, right? So this was the thing. It was locked. I didn't have any access to any kind of electronics or something because mom was like, no, you either study and then I'll get you one, or. So it was like I told my mom, I'm like, I will study, but I will study the thing that I want to study, not the thing that I don't want to study. If it was something I like to study, believe me or not, I'll put all my time. Right now, I'm actually putting all my time in. Today is Saturday, it's off, but I'm still at the gym.
Mm.
I like it. I love doing it. I want to explore something new. There's always something to learn. So this is what I told my mom. And I used to like go there for like 45 minutes, exactly 45 minutes. I sneaked the phone because 1 hour she's not gonna look for the phone anyway. So just go out. She's busy with cooking and maybe talking to someone. Take the phone, plays the phone, and start recording myself. I start working out, blah blah blah. It's then I think 2-3 weeks passed, and finally when I started posting on my Instagram, one of my old followers texted me. It was like, "Bro, where's this place?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is this place." And he's like, "I live near your house and blah blah blah. Can I join you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, come on." I needed some audience. I needed something. Something can start me. Anything will start
Mhm.
me. Uh, Sometimes I used to take even my smaller brother. I'm like, "Come on, I just want to do something. Come on, let's go." So I met up this kid, and he told me, he's like, "So you do you like coach and stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am really willing to coach. I wanna transform people. I wanna do something." So I told him my thing, and he's like, "Okay, how much you gonna charge?" I literally charged him for free. Literally, it was like nothing.
Mm.
Yes, so, I mean, compared to what I'm charging, it's nothing. Like literally nothing. So even after that, the lowest price, he bargained. He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna give you half of that, £8 for a whole month." for a whole month.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna track you everything. I'm gonna give you everything, a diet plan, everything. All I want is me being able to film you. That's it. He's like,
That's your first
okay.
client.
That was my first client, and this is what he told me. He's like, okay, you can film me, but you have to give me half of the price what you demanded. I'm like, okay, fine. So I gave it for £4. So
Okay.
£4 for a whole month. So I was like, okay, I can at least film. I'm growing something. So I had this PC. Now it was an old PC. Now I had to edit the videos and stuff like that. So I used to put it on my stories. So I started putting it on my stories. And it became like a month. And after a month, all of a sudden, when some people started checking my Instagram, they texted me. Now this was the second kid who texted me, and he's still my client. He's still my client. The second kid, he texted me. He's like, okay, can I try out your session? I'm like, yeah, sure. Comes up from a very far place and he joins. And right after 2 weeks, when I got a little changes in his body, he was really impressed, and he got his whole freaking class. So within the
Wow.
second month's second week, I had like 15 clients. So I was able to earn like literally, like they they gave me in cash. I didn't have a card, so I didn't in cash. I took it home. I was like, Mom, I got cash. My mom was like, I was like, what did you do? Like, she started getting all these negative thoughts. Did he do drugs? Did he do all this stuff? I'm like, no, Mom, I was just training. Remember the 1 hour? I started, telling her. I'm like, remember the 1 hour I used to go? I'm training these kids right now, like 14 to 15 kids, and I got like 600 worth 600
Wow.
pounds
Wow.
that month. So I saved up. I was like, you know what? Now it's the time to make a move. And finally, I got this phone, and I still, till today, I use this phone. This is a Google Pixel that I bought.
Okay.
I bought it used. It's pretty much broken now, but I still respect this phone. I keep it just because it has started me. It started my business.
How did you learn about the proper techniques? What study plan did you follow to know about all this? What was your source of wisdom?
After I got a small number of clients, now I was pretty much inexperienced, to be honest. I did not have a lot of knowledge. Yes, and I told them, I'm like, yeah, I do this, so this is how I'm doing it. So if you're willing to follow that, go ahead. So I didn't take any risk. So I told them, okay, blah, blah, and they accepted it. They were fine with it. And that time, till then, I didn't even go to a gym. I never even went to a gym. So I was completely transparent about my situation. So yeah, finally I got my phone, and once I got my phone, this is what I started doing. I knew how to edit stuff inside the phone itself. So I started editing and blah blah blah, posting. So I had enough money. So this is what I did. Now my next move was to actually meet someone of my level. This was my next move. I went, right now, the place that I live in right now, like really far away from the place that I used to live in. So I used to go to this place where I'm living right now. It's near the seaside. So they have these bars and, all that stuff. And young kids, they used to come and work out. So I met this group, and I met a lot of new people who actually did what I did. So I was actually visualizing me meeting people of my interest. And I actually found it. It took me a week. It's a really, really powerful way at actually getting what you want, visualizing. So I used it. I used it a lot. It completely ate my head.
But
It
it's a
took all of my
technique.
energy.
Did you learn from someone about this, or because it's a proven technique?
It's from, honestly, I read it in that book, The Secret.
Secret.
So, yes, I tried it, everything from that secret. I honestly, everything, anything I feel bad, even if I feel bad today, I try to bring up that book. I have a PDF of it, so I always read it up. Now I had the book. Now you must be wondering, where is that book now? So this is what I do. Whenever I read a book and I finish it off, I give it to a very special client. So if a client is very committed, and I see that he is very, he likes the way he thinks, the way I am thinking, I hand over the book to them. So they keep the book, and then I tell them to pass it on to anyone who is
beautiful.
so on. So it kind of helps someone out. till, as I said, till 17, I was lost. But
Mm.
since you could say 2019,
Mm.
I actually started to see things more clearly, like what could actually help me grow, what
Mm-hmm.
could actually help me be a better version of me,
Okay.
what could actually, help me out. This is what I always say is like, um, I would not do part time of something that I really like.
True.
I'm not ready to do that. I'm not
Mm.
ready to do that. I will do part time of something that I'm not ready to do. Okay,
Yes.
that's what I said. I can do that, but the other way, no. I'm sorry.
So going forward, do you want to probably, if you have an opportunity of pursue education or learn more about, there are a lot of different things about the physiology. Probably you need to have even in-depth knowledge, and there are a lot of other things that would help your clients, or you might end up discovering something that hasn't been discovered as yet, since you have that
Yes,
passion.
yes.
So what's your plan regarding that?
At the moment, my plan is to actually open up a gym, which I'm working out right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully by next month. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
so,
Congrats.
so thank you. So, but taking more certifications would be my thing, and yeah, experience. And one of the main reasons I actually started working at this gym that I'm working right now is because of learning. It
Mm.
wasn't because of the money. Um, they told me they will pay me way more than what they are paying me now, but they're not. But it doesn't really bother me. It's not bothering me at all
Mm.
because, as I said, my main plan was to learn,
Yeah.
and I have gained a lot of knowledge from the gym that I'm working at. So, I have certifications, but I would love to take some more
Mm.
to try out different certifications, different methods of teaching.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you have that
yeah.
goal. I mean, because the youngsters who be watching this video, definitely they know that you had done there too. We believe only there's one way of learning. That formal, you go to school or a college or uni, and that's how you get your degree, and that's
Mhm.
one way. But what you can learn from the school of life, that's another thing.
College is a pathway.
Mm.
A pathway is something. It's like a. It's like a. It's someone showing you. Like me, I'm a coach. A person comes to me
It's a
only when he
secure
doesn't know.
pathway that you are guaranteed, okay,
No,
you'll at least
I,
have a
I
job
no
or something. That's all.
no no. I honestly I don't even believe in the secured pathway the way they say, because I have seen myself so many people with even MBAs still cleaning on the street, still
Okay.
doing something that
Mm.
isn't relevant to their degree. Nothing
Mm.
nothing similar to their degree. No, they're doing completely different. So
Mm.
why did you spend all those 4 to 5 years and that money to do that profession, which is not even near something similar to that? It's a
Mm.
completely different profession. So you could have maybe started this without even going over here and grown
True.
for the 4 years.
Very
You
true.
get it what I mean? When I first joined this gym I started working at, um, this is, I mean, I have the complete freedom to do however I want to take the class and everything. But since like I think last month, the owner once told me, he was like, Tausif, you're gonna help me build my empire, and I'm gonna build your name.
Mm.
And this is what knocked me very hard. This is what I told him. I'm not building your empire. I'm just learning
Mm.
what I have to learn. That's it. That's the end of the story. Because why would I build someone else's empire when I can build my own?
Exactly.
I'm building my life. This is,
'Cause
this
that
is what
person is no different, isn't it? Because if he
that
can do
person,
it
no
and he
different.
has the same vision, same dream, why can't you have that dream, same vision, right?
This is what they say. They say that everybody likes you, everybody loves you until you get better at it.
Mm.
This is how hate comes
Mm.
out, This is how hate comes out.
No, it's an
So
interesting thought. A famous writer in America, Robert Greene, his recent book, The Laws of Human Nature. One of the things you will always face envy when someone can't be like you.
envy.
When that's where it comes from. When someone can't be like you because of their fear, insecurity, or whatever, they can't be like you. They know that, and that's when it starts. Say, for example, when you'll see many times, um, a family member, probably a brother, had bought a house which is a little bigger than the other brother or the sister,
He
Same
feels
brother.
something inside.
Yeah, you feel something inside, and that's the one, because you can't have it. Why he or she had that, and you feel that pain just even for a few seconds. So that's where it's generated. So how do you
um,
deal with these negative voices? Say voices like this, when people say these things, it's a bit of negativity, and it makes you. I mean, I know that if, the conversation I had from that, I gathered that you won't feel that because you have faced all of these things from a very young age, and you conquered, so to speak, or you defeated it. So now, still now, when you hear these things, or if you have, do you have negative voices every now and then? Something comes to mind, says, Tausif, it's not the right thing, what are you going to do, the business, it's a risk. Do you think like that?
it keeps knocking me every now and then in the
Mm.
back of my head. In the
Yep.
back of my head.
Yeah.
So I don't let it come in front. So you
Okay.
got to stop
Okay.
it right there. So I always listen to this artist. He's a rapper as well.
Mm-hmm.
His name is NF.
Mm.
NF. He has this song called Remember This. So he tells about he tells a lot about life, like
Mm.
a lot about life. And I would suggest everyone to listen to it. So if you have time, you can listen to that.
Definitely.
Remember This by NF. It's like there was a point that they said he's like it's not how people think, it's what you feel inside.
Mm.
And it's really 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 true. It's not how they think.
Yeah.
Why would it matter? Everybody, I believe, in this world, a lot of them at least have this thing called the spotlight effect. This kind of runs, this gives advantages for businesses to earn more money. Let's be honest.
True.
Let's be really honest. I try to analyze
Because they
all of
can
this.
say that, look, you're not perfect until you have my service or buy this one, this product or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, see, boys are buying certain clothes, following certain trends to impress these girls.
Yeah.
Girls are doing the same to do the boys. The family is doing the same to impress someone else. Someone is doing the same to impress someone else. Literally, it has gone to such a point where people are actually falling for different things like professions. They're literally choosing professions based on how other people will think.
So everything is external. Even your happiness resides somewhere outside you, not inside. So your
It's not
happiness
inside
should,
you.
so you are buying a new phone thinking that, and it's a research as well, thinking that it will give you pleasure. I mean, from my own experience, I don't really do any upgrades or for quite some time, because you know
If
why? You buy a new phone, what happens within 7 days? The first 7 day, you take very good care
you
of
get
that.
bored, that's
After
it.
7 days, you don't even care.
Believe me or not, this is how I tell my friend. So
Yeah.
I bought this MacBook, and now for this first 7 days, as you said, first 7 days, it's fine. After a week, bits of rice when I'm eating, it's falling on it.
Yeah.
So after the second week, third week,
Mm.
I'll start keeping my cup on the MacBook.
No, it goes on
So
to
it
show
goes.
that things, it doesn't bring you the happiness, because now you need a next high. So it's a MacBook at the time. After 7 days, it gets curry, it gets rice or whatever, it's falling on
Yeah,
it. Now you need
everything
new stuff.
depreciates.
Yeah.
Saying, this is the thing. This phone is more older than the time that I bought, but I'm still using it. Most of my people, the friends that I have, they tell me they're like, "Come on, upgrade." I still have an iPhone 10, even though
Hmm.
there is iPhone 13. I have the money. To be
Yeah.
very honest, I have the money to do it. But why would I need to when I'm using the same thing in the new phone? You
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah.
So just because my friend told me, "Come on, get a new phone," it doesn't mean I'm gonna get a new phone.
Yeah. What you're saying, you're not after these things, and you have single-minded focus towards your passion and your goal and where your vision. So how did it happen? I mean, what do you think someone of your age can gain that kind of, knife edge focus?
This is one thing I have noticed. My dad, he. This is one thing that I really loved about my dad. He used to know how to spend money, so he
Mm,
doesn't waste money. So he knew how to spend it wisely.
mm,
And sometimes this is what he used to do. He used to care about the family a lot, to be very honest. So, um, and every time he used to try to like spend money wisely, someone from nowhere will be like, he's stingy. I have noticed that. I have got that a
mm.
lot also. People think I'm stingy. My friends, they sometimes they call me that. come on, spend, it's fine. I'm like, I will only spend only if I need it.
Mm.
I'm gonna use this phone until the wheels fall off. It's more like that. so,
The wheels
so,
fall off. Nice.
so, so it's more like that. I have a friend. He's a photographer. Now he loves buying shoes. He loves buying clothes, designer clothes. He loves buying a lot of different stuff. Now, I love it when he buys it because that's an investment for him. That is,
Mm.
I always try to put that word investment and expense.
Mm.
These are complete different words. Expense is something that you spend, but you don't get anything back from it.
It's
Investment is
gone.
something that gives you something back.
Mm. Exactly.
So everything I buy, I make sure it's an investment. So my friend, when a model buys designer clothes, I would tell her that's an investment because her profession or her work is related to what she's buying. This
Hmm.
will give her more money or give her more
Attention.
attention. Yes. In my case, it could be something different. It doesn't
Mm.
have to be electronics. It doesn't have to be because because I've seen my friends, they do it. And the people who have done it, believe me or not, right now, they are either broke or they're, I'm not trying to put them down, but it's really
Mm.
sad that
No, that's true.
they
That's true.
they are lost. They are completely lost.
Because I had this thing about being a musician myself, apart from everything that I had done and doing, but I had always been a musician. So there was a time when I had like probably 27 guitars. So there was a time, and I couldn't stop myself, and I used to spend a lot of money on this.
Mhm.
Then there's a point came when I started feeling every time I go to a gig on a stage show or anything, I most of them I wouldn't even touch them for the gig. I'm like, so why are they here? If I don't feel
Bingo.
like, I don't enjoy playing them on stage. They look nice and everything, but it's about the comfort. I didn't feel
Comfort.
so. Always there, two or three they would go. I would just go to, and I'll just pick them up, and those would go into my car to the stage show. Then I started giving them away, like selling them off. Initially, I started feeling the pain because you're attached to your things, and like for you, you have certain other things that you're attached to. But at some point, I started telling myself it's the art of letting go, and how I program myself. I never read anywhere, but I started telling myself we lose people, we lose human being.
Yes.
What can be more valuable than a human being with all the living memories with that person? Is just a thing. And I
The
started
thing.
letting
Exactly.
go, and I just condense it down to the ones that I need, that I enjoy playing, and that would serve my purpose. You are this young person with amazing wisdom, which is very impressive.
Thank
So
you.
I wish you all the success, what you're planning to do, and I'm sure you will be. And if it doesn't work out, you'll find another way. I know this is how people like you with determination, they find their own way and they forge their own path of success through their failures.
Yeah.
Uh, so where can people find you if they want your service? And do you do it virtually as well? Say someone from another country, they want your
Yes.
advice.
I have Instagram as Tausif underscore SW, which the full form of SW is street workout. So TAUSIF underscore SW. So you can find me on Instagram. I have Snapchat, Tausif, TAUSIF 2275. You can either find me over there. And yeah, I take online sessions. I sell
Okay.
programs, videos, offline sessions, all kinds of
So
trainings.
we'll
Yeah,
probably add that one in the video description as well, so they'll find
yeah,
more
sure.
about this. And Tosif, before we leave, a message for people of your age or people who are growing up, or also people who are facing obstacles, which is weighing them down. And it could be from family, society, peers, everywhere. What would you say from your own experience, even though you are quite young to give advice, but if you share your experience up to the age of 21, what you have faced, if you could share something with them.
No one has to really understand what you're going through. It's like no one will. There is always, no matter how much we say, no matter how much we, it's like a bottle of water. We pour it completely off. We still have some drops left inside. So there is always something left that you cannot explain to someone. So there is no use complaining. about what's going on, blaming other people for your downs. Rather, just find solutions. That's the most positive way is to do, is just to find solutions. The more you find solutions, the easier your path gets. So never give up. That's the only thing I could say, you know.
Face it.
Rather than,
Whenever
yeah,
you
face it.
face the obstacle, don't avoid it, face it and cut
Face
through
it.
it.
And your head is the only thing that can do it. So I'm an overthinker. So this is what I say. Never overthink. Go calm. Things work out. Always. As always. Just think. That's it.
Perfect. Tausif, that's a very good message. And I hope people who be watching it at any age, you can really get inspired by this young gentleman who's trying to forge his own path, and he is discovering his way of success and trying to align his vision through his actions.